Good to see you, Hunter. The Hunter Classic is finally completely free to play. How did we get here and what does this mean going forward? Stay tuned and find out.
Well, surely happiness can be found. Surely there's someone for me. Oh, who cares? Yes, who cares for me?
This game is now almost 10 years old, and even though it's quite seasoned, it's quite old, it still looks nice. But for the longest time up to now, the business model was that you needed to have a membership in order to hunt all animals and to have other benefits. The benefits would be like you would have the ability to host multiplayer games. You could put your avatar, your player, into the trophy shots, and you could also customize your avatar. The way you look on the website, you could customize that. You could pose with your clothes, with your weapons, whatever. So some benefits that you had as a member, and the membership would cost roughly $10 for 3 months, or $20 for 6 months, or about $40 for 12 months. So 40 US dollars. Every year you had to renew this, or whenever the membership was had run out, when it had expired, you had to renew this. There were some packages that you could buy. Trail Runner for 12 months would give you some extra, like weapons and a tent and whatnot. And there was also Pathfinder for 6 months, Wayfarer for 3 months. So all in all, it would cost real money to really fully enjoy this game. Of course, the biggest deal of the membership was that you could hunt all animals for free. And that is really a big deal. There is 46 species now in the game, regular species if you don't count the werewolf. And that's a lot of animals to hunt. If you didn't have a membership, if you were just a guest, you could hunt 3 animals out of these 46 on a regular basis: the whitetail, the European rabbit, and the pheasant. What they also did was they added 2 additional species every week. So every Thursday they would add 2 other species to hunt for free. So as a guest, you basically had 5 animals at any time that you could hunt. Sometimes they would add the ducks, so you had 4 additional species, but that was it. And then if you were on the way as a guest, and if you tracked an animal, or if you heard an animal, if you picked up any sign of an animal, you got a stupid message that would pop up all the time. After a while, it reappeared for the same animal. So within the same hunt, it would tell you over and over that you need a license to hunt this particular animal. And that was true for every animal that you would find. So now this is all different. No more messages that will annoy you. You can hunt all animals with all the weapons that you own. Of course, the permitted species remains the same list. As long as you harvest animals with the right weapons, you will get a score for them, and you will get gems for them, or GM dollars, for every animal. Got a few crappy turkeys here. Really low score, everybody. Or at least these 2 guys. And I believe the others are females. So full fun for everyone. Everything fully available. But all of this, of course, comes at a cost. The cost is that they will no longer add any reserves. At least there doesn't seem to be any plans. The last reserve has been introduced a long time ago. We haven't seen anything new. Also, we haven't seen any new species. The latest actually was Eurasian lynx, beginning of this year. That was added to Hemeldal, an existing reserve. But of course, with the cut in the income, with the memberships going away, there will be a big cut in the income for EW, So they will also have to cut down on the cost in order to stay positive in their numbers. So there will be not much developed, if any. And there go the turkeys. Actually, I just looked it up. The Lynx was introduced in September, so that is more than 6 months ago. It's 8 months ago, so that's clearly an indication that no more animals will be added. And as it currently is, when I pick this up, all I'm getting is this core. Right now, there isn't any money added to this, but this will now change. I can well imagine that this new model will bring back a lot of old players that just didn't want to buy the memberships anymore, but they still have all the equipment. Plus, I can also imagine a lot of new people will try this game. Now it's fully free. I started playing because of the free-to-play tag. I found then out that back in the day, about 8 years ago, when I started, that free-to-play meant you could only hunt mule deer at the time, and everything else you still had to have the membership. So I soon bought one and I had a membership ever since. But now everything is free, and I'm absolutely sure people will come to this game because it's really a good game. Yes, it's 10 years old, absolutely. The technology is not the latest, but the look and feel is still nice. So I'm enjoying this tower here. Just to talk a little bit about what's possible here in this game. This is a tower that you can achieve, that you can get. You used to get it with buying memberships. Now maybe it's going to be available in the store for everyone to buy. And with these towers, you can build them anywhere. I built this here in the middle of this meadow, in the middle of this field, in White Hart Island, one of the 12 reserves. And I'm just calling in animals. I'm enjoying them approaching, and I can pick the best that I like. Then of course there's a lot of fancy weapons. Over 100 weapons now in the game. I'm going to shoot this decent blacktail buck here. What does the scoring estimation say? Yeah, it could score somewhere in the low 160s. There's another one coming. We had a coyote here. We have turkeys back there. Now enjoy the shot of this muzzle loader. Kaboom, and all the smoke and all the animals running, and there's a little bird flying by. There is some two-dimensional animals in the game also. It's really just a little gimmick. They're not really 3D models, you cannot shoot them. Then I think the sound of this game is really fantastic. The ambient sound, it's really fun just to walk through the woods, just to listen to the birds, to the bugs, to the wind. Everything is really nice, and you may call this also a walking simulator. It absolutely can be a fun walking simulator. You've got 12 reserves as mentioned. You can walk far through summer, fall, winter maps. It's just fun. Here I am in Timber Gold Trails, one of my favorite maps, and I'm hunting one of my favorite animals, the Rocky Mountain elk. So how is this earning money going to work? Just entering my tree stand, waiting for them to come in. So far, when you play the game, you do not earn any money for harvesting animals. You have two currencies in the game, EM dollars and GM dollars, or gems. And EM dollars you have to buy with real money. Gems you can earn with missions, with completing missions. But now with the change of the business model, you can also earn money for harvesting animals. Now the question of course is, how much money do you get for each animal? And the answer is, the amount of money you get is according to the CSS value of the animal that you shoot. CSS stands for cross species scoring. It was introduced many years ago in order to have pretty much an equal rating for all animals. Usually the normal score for an elk could be 300, could be 400, but for this grizzly bear here, it can only be 15 to 20. So you cannot really compare these scores, but the cross species values you can actually compare, and they're also made up of how difficult the animal is to hunt. So the more difficult the animal is to hunt, the higher the scores. And right now, the maximum score you can get is for animals like coyote, sitkadir, and turkey, as if they were the most difficult to hunt. I don't know how these figures are made up, but for these animals, you can have a score up to 140. And the score is calculated by the actual score and some other numbers. So 140 could be the max. So imagine you harvest 100 coyotes, all giving you 140 gems. You could earn 14,000 gems. That could be a small weapon that you can then buy. But of course, that means some grinding. Shooting 100 coyotes can take a little bit of time. So don't worry too much about these numbers, about the CSS, how this is calculated and why certain animals have a certain maximum CSS. I wouldn't worry about this too much. Just go to the wiki, and in there we have all the animals. There's currently 10 animals missing. I will try and get these numbers as well so that you have the maximum possible CSS value for every single animal, so you can calculate which animals are worth shooting more in case you really want to hunt certain animals to get more gems. So now here comes the next question, and it is probably the most important question of them all. It was asked many times on the forum, and now it's been released that the information about the ammunition. How much is the ammo going to cost? Is it going to cost anything? Will we still get the free ammo when we start the hunts, or is there going to be a cost to it? And the answer is yes, there will be a cost for all ammo, but it will be small. It will be very small. So this is not so much an issue of the money. It's much more actually the annoyance of having to refill your ammo all the time, going to the store, refilling, replenishing your ammo. Worst case that could happen is you start a hunt, you realize you don't have any ammo, you can switch back to the store, you can buy the ammo there, and when you switch back to the game, the ammo will be readily available, but it's just really the annoyance of having to do this. So let's play this through here for a minute. Here we have an average Rocky Mountain elk bull. The highest score of these animals would be maybe 450. Then you have really shot a monster, and that would give you 95 CSS. So 95 would be the max. I'm going to shoot this one. Um, let's see here. What does the score estimation say? So maybe it's going to score 250. And we can expect maybe 50 CSS. Let's see. In fact, 48.2 CSS. Here you see the value. So that would be your earning. You would earn 48 gems. So that's your earning that you make on this particular animal. How you doing, Horton? We are in Timbergold Trails hunting magpie goose, because many of you might say, well, if we can earn gems, why not go and grind waterfowl? Let me just scare these off the ground here. That's going to increase the chance for some to come in. So let's go grind waterfowl, because simply ducks and geese give us a lot of gems, a lot of points that we can earn in a short amount of time. So let's find out here how much we could actually make, if it's actually worth grinding waterfowl or any other animals that can be earned or shot quickly in a quick succession. So let's go and grind some gems. So let's check how many gems we get here. Horton, go get those 4 geese, please. Let's try that again. There we go. And there he comes with the last goose. Thank you very much. Great job. So let's see what we're getting here. 55.4 CSS. That would be 55 gems. Next one. That's a small female. 16.8. Another female at 2 kilograms, giving us 15. And the last one. Hopefully another male. Yes, 3.3 kilograms in average male, giving us 56 gems. Here is a grind calculator with some fictitious numbers, and the goal here is to figure out if it was worth shooting a lot of animals if we wanted to buy a weapon. Let us start with the magpie goose. We need a box of birdshot. That's gonna give us 30 shots. The kill rate, we're gonna say we're gonna hit 50% of the birds. So we have kills per box of 15. The max CSS of magpie goose is 80. And if we shoot a lot of geese, we would probably have an average of 40. 15 geese times 40 CSS, that's gonna give us an earnings of 600 at a cost of 68 gems per box. We're gonna have a net income per box of 532. Divided by those 15 geese that we shot, we're gonna have a net income per kill of 35.5. Now let's assume a weapon is gonna cost 10,000 gems. We would have to shoot 282 geese in order to earn that weapon. Let's repeat this calculation for the coyote. An ammo box is gonna give us 10 shots. Let's assume a kill rate of 90%. So we're going to shoot 9 coyotes. The max CSS for coyotes is 140. The average, I would guess, at 90. So per box, we would earn 9 times those 90 CSS. We would earn 810 CSS. Again, the box costing 68. We have a net income per box of 742. And per single coyote, this is going to give us a net income per kill of 82.4. And again, if there was a weapon that we liked at the cost of 10,000 gems, we would have to kill 121 coyotes in order to buy this weapon. So there you go, the Hunter Classic is now completely free to play, so you have a lot to look forward to. I hope this video was informative. Thank you very much, stay in touch.